Amém.
Eu me toda a pessoa chega, só tu estou passando, né? Não só da manhã, bem mal, bem mal, amém.
Amém.
Bracha tonight. And we'll have a tenor, we'll have a humble head circle here. Go, go, look at what you Max Sentiment, Conneha, call the Super Flavors, the well of name him a much more be Allah. Now, for Sarah Machine, King Baruch, again, Abraham. Before Lama, the line of Amy to my Rabu, Shia, Machine Baruch, Maariv, the Geshem. After time of Customer Amy to Mirakim, Rabin, so much nothing broke, calling no material serene. Okay, I'm on the solution. Mincha Maariv brought him in. Allah, now, they meet him a high and that's not sure. Lemon Tala, Piers, and Sin Baruch, the night. Extraordinary stuff, no see so far, because it's Shalshin, the shock, the way on Viaka, because as a Viamar. From one colors with the on the summer shop and doing ring. And then come with another Lama sound over there. Oh, yeah. Those should shoot up the Shin before you yellow celebrate the night. Slach van Beneki, Patana Mahalan Makeneki, Shana, Yakoba Salaka, Tabra, Tanai, Amarbella Slow, Amen. Rain up and in every party, Been a Glena Mera Manchna, Pialco Saka, Tabra, Tanai, Israel, Amen. Beno with the Nebanera, Bay, China, Viniva, Share, keep us in our Taba, let our Hara for Shlema, Hama, Malco Penama Brahman, Tabra, Tanai, Israel, Amen. Recoleno now in a Krishna, Minute to tell it, Saint Palmer Telegraph, up land the Marvis of enemy to back up Rachness and a touching at the boat, the Pialto of Mitzi, but of Marecha, the night, Cabbage of Argadolo, State of Tunnets, the base, and a city of Hammer boats are earth, in a night, Amen. Shiva Shatena Kavaris, Nadia, Tenekava, Sami Maneo Gambana. Localino Tana, the Bakabas, mean Sedaku, but Mashnim of the Hitika, Bahalamini Mahosa in Pregi, Bahala, Kamera, Mahud Harishamira, Takir, Spirits, Magara, Tafne, Bimarabi, Mina, Amen. All to the Kimbal Hastimas, and Papaces, the Tapes of Ramba, Rea to the Munarakamaka, Saints of our trouble, follow about conviction, man. Simple can I have the Lumberland of Ashkiba Harbor, top and Brock, Amen. Shalai Miraka Brahmin, Strong Patasha, the Barta, the Pese, the Vida Pahame, Robert the Patapin, and I have a Rabbi Minabina, Lambra, the night, Amen. It's not to the Pamera, not to remission that he should have been a makes me a Karen Shua. Amen. Makulino Nail Hero, Rahim Rahim, Rahim Rotonis, Sena Kiel Shemet, Ghost of Limata. Manahama can recommend the Shibena, Kieta Schmet, Silas, or Debra, the night. Amen. Then I have no face. Well, some say if I shave over the river, that she will feel some Baba Cover. So, Hill or something made up with that situation. Sefa said in the Chipot Jumra, I mean, rock that. I was there, and that's all the when the Manaka shows how I love Trophy in the beginning of the whole service, or that love on the Separate Sefa, again, and soon the Sefa, Rosen has those off, and Sefa spoil you on the Sefa, probably here, over to right now, so he loved for the rock about second in a law. Alcohol is profits around the sensation from a king to me the lumber edge. Follow Hammy Joe Sella, the illusion part of the Leland. So I should think of the Sella held. So for up the night. Amen. Seems on top of Rafa, and the Hesabra, I mean, then what goes wrong. Pena minutes on the keyboard, Nakana Satalano, and I brought time out of the talk of Rafa, Rahim, Haim, the Shalom. So many other college, Mashallah. Zin Shabbatena B'Kashif Mena Ma'amar B'Yam B'Kre B'Shem Adonai B'Shem Ne'emar Reno Hashin Al Devar Kavod Shmecha Mchatzlin B'Kaper Al Chadutin Al Man Shmecha B'Skudah B'Skudah Shmeir Abba L'Ander Raka Resev Amlichon L'Sei B'Tmar Fokin Every Krem B'Shitai V'Yichon V'Mechon M'Chai D'Chol Beis B'Shil Abba Gol Zman Kuri No Amen Skadavis Kadashmir Abba.
Amen.
Mother Rapper save Amlet, save it, Mark, and every privilege.
Amen.
I found him a fun of a whole basis, Rabbi, I was not very wrong, me. Ishmir Abba, Barfa, Raman, my Ibrahim, Sabakis, Barbis, Mamits, and Savis, Barbis, Slush, my good Shabri,
Amen.
Element of Savish, Sadish, Savan, Sadan, and then have him wrong.
Amen.
I used to have all open and back on the day and back up on the day. Back on the skin, but I said, Diva, so I didn't leave a power tar. Hill on Oslo, Marala, in the piece of rock. Economic at the Mava,
Amen.
Yes, I'm a rabbi, Mitchell, and the fancy of Molino,
Amen. Amen. Tonight's learning is the Eloi Nishmas for the elevation of the soul. Of Glima Bas Moshe and Lati, whose yard set is today in Rosh Hashanah and Aliyah, and also the Eloi Nishmas of Ram Yitzchak, Ben Atta Leib, and Chana Rachel, whose yard set is tonight. Yeah. Chana Rachel. Atta Leib, and what's his mother? Malka. So Chana Rachel. All right, Rosh Hashanah and Aliyah. Oh, surprise. Oh. Alrighty. Yeah. Yes. All right. So today in Jewish history, today the Jews of Baghdad used to celebrate that they were saved from the Persians. Interesting that Iran and Persia, Iran and Iraq were in wars for hundreds of years. It's nothing new. The war of Iran and Iraq. So in 1638, Persia tried taking over Iran. Persia tried taking over Iraq, and the Yidden of Baghdad helped the whatever he's called, helped them. What time was it? Yeah, that's Saddam Hussein at the time. Yeah, 1638. Up until the early 1900s, 1 in 3 people in Baghdad were Jewish. Bavel, of course, by Iraqi Jews. There were many. I know. I'm saying it's not something. Okay, Bavel. We're not talking about 2,000 years ago. I'm talking about recently. Saying 100 years ago, what they say 1 in 3 Jews, 1 in 3 people in Baghdad were Jewish. Third of Baghdad. That's a big. In Iran also were Jewish. Iran also had a lot of Jews, yeah. Iran. Until now there are a lot of Jews. I don't think there's a lot now.
Where?
In Iran, how many?
She's right. There might be 30,000.
30,000?
No. Yeah.
I don't think. I heard. I heard 300. No. I don't know. Last number I heard was 14,000. But I heard 14,000. That's also a big number. The truth is, but there used to be a lot more. There used to be hundreds of thousands.
And they're all good. Yeah.
I don't think there's much intermarriage over there.
No. They're
going to hang them. They forget about anyone else. Forget about themselves. They're not going to let them. When they come to Los Angeles, it's another story.
So, Rabbi, so what did they do? Jews didn't assimilate. Most of it wasn't an assimilation.
8,000 to 10,000 in Iran.
8,000 to 10,000 now? Okay. But they have there's an official chief rabbi even till today of Iran. He comes to the Knesset Shulchan. He's not Chabad, but he gets. They have I don't know.
In Los Angeles is a big community.
Los Angeles is a big community. New York has a big community.
They come to Ricardo, no?
In Iran? Nah.
They come to Iran.
Yeah, no, they come there just to show their whatever. I don't know. Stupidity.
So getting back to maybe they will start people.
Yeah, right.
Getting back to the history, what's happening?
So the Jews of Baghdad helped the government. They gave them some inside information. I'm guessing the Jews did business between each other, Iran and Iraq, and they won the war, and they had freedom. They had a lot more freedom to practice Yiddishkeit under the Iraqi rule than they were afraid they were going to get from Iran. And so they would celebrate each year this day.
And now it's only 3 to 10 used in Iraq. In Iraq, only 3 to 10 used. In Iraq.
In Iraq.
How many? 3 to
10
10?
to 10. A handful. Say a handful.
That's a lot.
Well,
You said a lot?
Major persecution.
What?
We were supposed to make a deal around the last night, and we slipped on it. So we'll make it tonight instead of last night. Concluding, we'll try. We'll see. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can pack in here. Okay, so the last laws of Sheila Pekadin. What happens is there's a rule that if someone borrows something from someone, you borrow. It's a mitzvah to lend. It's a mitzvah that you borrow money. It's a mitzvah to lend money, but you can protect your investment as well. And the way you do that is you lend someone $100. You say, okay, give me your watch. Your watch is worth $1,000. So now I'm well protected. I know you're gonna pay me back $100. We're not talking about pawning over here. We're not talking about making a percentage over here. We're talking simply about protecting your investment, and therefore you're allowed to ask for collateral. You're allowed to ask for what's known as a pikadon, a mashkin, a piece of collateral to protect your investment.
Somebody will sign.
Yeah, the co-signer, something else. They were talking about pikadon. These are the rules of this chapter, Rambam. These chapters of Rambam, and the Rambam says over here that what happens. So if you're watching over, if you get that watch, the Cartier watch you just got, now you have to watch over it. Not necessarily you're going to want to take that pikadon, not necessarily you're going to want to take, because now that you took it, you're a shomer. You're a guardian. And a guardian becomes liable if something happens to it. However, not every single liability do you have to pay for.
You're saying that put the watch in?
You lend me $100. You tell me, listen, you want me to lend you $100? What do you have of value? So you said, okay, here's my Cartier. That's why I don't have a watch now. If anybody wants to know why I'm not wearing a watch, Mayor has my no. So I gave you my watch, you gave me $100. So now gave you the watch, right? So now you have responsibility to watch over my watch. To watch over my watch, yes. Said it right. Watch over my watch. Right? But you go under the category of something called a shomer chinam. You're a unpaid watchman. There's 4 types of watchmen the Torah tells us about. There's an unpaid watchman, shomer chinam. There's a shomer sachar, a paid watchman. There's a renter and a borrower. Each 4 have different laws as far as if something is damaged, what their liabilities are. Says the Rambam, what happens if nignav hapikadon ba'inus? Mayor is watching the watch, and someone held him up by gunpoint for that Cartier. He says, no, whatever you want, just don't kill me.
It's not that. Only when it's up to me. When he's the one who is
Could be argued.
One second. Before we get anywhere, that was Mayor's story.
It could be argued that it shouldn't be walking around on the street.
Okay, one second. Mayor, I brought my $100 back to Mayor. I say, okay, Davai, give me the watch. And Mayor says, I'm so sorry. That watch was stolen. The question is, oh my gosh, that watch, I got that watch from, where did I get it from? From Cartier. They gave it to me?
It's an antique.
Oh, because I'm a what's it called again?
You said a Cartier watch. You said a Cartier watch, right?
Okay. Anyway, so now the question is, 1 second. What's Mayor's responsibility right now? Does Mayor just off the hook like that? So if anybody wants to pocket my Cartier watch, they can just say, "Oh, it was stolen."
No, if you
Yeah?
it open.
Huh?
Keep it open.
How do I know? How do we know? Well, I have a perfect story, perfect alibi.
So he's alive.
Huh? What? We're saying the witness to the holdup. If there's witnesses, okay, we have a story now. The witnesses.
We're talking about a real story, not the imagination. He got the wrong.
So there's a set of rules the Torah gives us that we have to go by. Okay, so the rule is that a shomer chinam, an unpaid watchman, is different than a paid watchman, and his liability comes down. He has less of a liability because he's an unpaid watchman. Mary didn't charge me anything than $100. He gave me a loan. He was nice to me, and he gave me that loan.
Because of that.
No, not because of that. He was nice,
There's
and
no interest.
there's no interest there. If there's interest, you're not allowed to do interest over here. But if there's a case, there is a case. There are cases where you can figure out a way where it's a shomer sachar. He's a paid watchman. But this case, he's an unpaid watchman because he's not getting anything for it. So the Torah is more lenient on you.
No, but that's not
You hire somebody to watch
You hire someone to watch him, exactly.
No,
I say, listen, I have a Cartier watch over here. I'm going to Hialeah. We're going to same Hialeah from last night.
No,
I'm going to Hialeah. I'm afraid to wear my watch in Hialeah. Could you watch? I go, Mayor, could you watch my watch for me? And he said, you kidding me? I'm afraid to watch it. Are you kidding me? He says, this is I have to now wear my gun. I have to now so I say, okay, Mayor, I'm going to pay $50 to watch my watch.
That's not if it was a storm, let's say. What do you want? If it's a storm and you give me something and the storm look it. It's not my fault.
Okay, so there's many different.
You're not lying.
Okay, but this is not the point of this halacha. The point of the halacha is saying over here. He said like this: whether we're talking here about a shomer shliman or a shomer sachar, a paid or unpaid. So now, Meir is going to now. There's another upside. If Meir pays this, there's an upside over here for Meir. Because a thief, when the thief is caught, a thief has to pay back. Well, it depends what it is, double or 4 or 5, right? Depending what it is, what he steals.
Not the watch. Watch going twice.
Twice, okay, fine. I made up a watch over here, but it could have been a goat.
Okay.
Greatest of all time.
No,
And so
stealing is not that twice.
no, it depends what he stole.
Yes.
No, it depends what he stole. Stoling is regular, is double. It's double. It's kaifel. Again, the point. That's not the point. We're getting off the point over here. The point is that there could be an upside for Meir as well. That's the point over here. And the question is, now, if Meir goes and pays for it, now Meir could collect double, maybe when we find this thief. Meir might be able to collect double. Or Meir has an option. He could do something called a shavua, and he's off the hook. He swears, I swear, this is what happened. And he's off the hook completely. He's completely off the hook.
But you still owe him $100?
It was a different
Oh.
situation.
Well, I stole him $100. I borrowed from $100. I paid back $100.
So if the watch burned in the car.
Mayor, don't go to California.
You know, what I connect to the
Richard's going there, but don't go with. Adri's also going. They're going together in the truck. Let's finish this quickly. We're running late. Now we're not going to have time for halacha.
That's halakha.
Huh?
It's halakha.
It's halacha also. You're right.
Yes, it's a lot. We're talking about his liability. We're not talking about the other one. It's liability.
All right. So, in any case, what happens is kadam and nishpa. What happens if Meir right away made a shvur? He right away says, "Listen, I take an oath that this is what happened." And afterwards, we find the ganav. We find the ganav afterwards. We find the thief.
Who takes that extra?
Who is the ganav? I don't know. I'm not letting anyone here about the ganav. If shomer chinam, if Meir was a shomer chinam, he was a free, didn't charge anything. He was a free watchman. You know the story. You know the story of the guy who comes to the bank and asks for a $20 loan. Tell him no problem. The interest are high these days. It's 10% on interest on a $20 loan. He says no problem. He pays up front. He's taking it for 2 weeks. He says $2. He says, what do you have for collateral? And he says, you want my Ferrari? Want my Ferrari collateral? So the bank says, yeah, Ferrari's a good collateral. And he pays the interest, and Anyway, he comes back 2 days later, and he asks for his Ferrari back, gets Ferrari back, and he thanks the manager very much for the loan. And I said, business with you. The guy asked me, well, let me ask you, did you really need a loan?
Yeah, it's funny.
Huh? Did you really need a loan? You have a Ferrari, you need a loan? And the guy says, where else can I find parking? Safe parking for $2.
Rabbi, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
2 questions.
Yeah.
First of all, I came back yesterday because we were in the middle of the story that
You know, we got to go back to we got to make the Sima Rambam. That's why I was trying to do this quickly, and it's taking too long.
okay, you're trying to rush it.
Yeah, that's why I tried to get through this and finish this, and we have time. But now we're not going to have time. We have to finish that to halacha tomorrow night.
I want to refund. Okay.
Okay, you got full
So
refund.
what are we learning from here?
We're just learning this quickly. It's Rambam. We're finishing Rambam here. I don't know. We're learning it together.
It's Rambam?
Rambam.
Who was it? The Rambam that just came out with all these laws?
No, the Rambam took these laws from the Gemara. He didn't make up these laws. He just codified it. But he codified it. Instead of the Gemara, it's all over the place. The Gemara is ADD. The Gemara is ADD and ADHD together.
Right.
And so what the Rambam did is he pulled everything together and he organized it. And he made it in section. He sectionalized it. The Rambam was the first one to geniusize this
Like
codifying
all these
halacha.
ideas, like a bunch of rabbis sat down together and
No, it's the Gemara. It's also the Gemara.
That's the Mishnah and the Talmud.
they all argue back and forth.
Yeah.
And
He
summarize.
concluded. He just
Yeah.
made a conclusion.
Big
Yeah.
argument.
And he took from all over.
Yes.
First of all, that was the genius of the Rambam, was taking from all over.
It's probably the first Shulchan Aruch, huh?
It was the first something codified within laws instead of it codified based on
Not only the first, it's also complete.
and complete. Yes, and complete. That's correct.
What does that mean?
Meaning Shulchan Aruch doesn't deal with the laws, let's say, of the Beis Hamikdash, because we don't have Beis Hamikdash today. So the Shulchan Aruch deals with what we have deals with today. The Rambam deals with Kol Terkul and Tar Torah. Deals with everything. If it's Torah, we deal with it. Beis Hamikdash is Torah, we deal with it. Times of Mashiach is Torah, we deal with it. Targa. All right, let's
So it
finish
follows
it.
the Chumash?
What?
It follows the Chumash?
No, the Rambam.
Mouth
No, it follows. He makes an order. Actually, when the guy was selling us in the middle of those Rambams, he was here. He went through the order of the Rambam, the exact order, the way the Rambam goes through the Yadach, the 14 books. He went through the whole order based on the Rebbe's explanation of why the Rambam chose that order, according to Kabbalah, according to Chassidus, why the Rambam chose that order, how it starts off with the beginning of creation and goes exactly how we went. It was very, so I don't remember it anymore. It was so long ago, but it was super interesting of an exact order of the Rambam. Anyway, we're super over time over here. I'll just use quickly. The last words of the Rambam here. Nigav v'kadin. What happens if this collateral was stolen? Ba'inus, on purpose. Zira yaganav the vesa shomer. And now the ganav returns it to the house of the watchman. And now this collateral, it wasn't a Cartier watch in this case, it was a behema. It was an animal. Yeah, but he returned it. But we have another problem now. Umesa, the animal died. The pshia. And now the animal died. Upshia, the pshia, it was pshia was negligence. It was negligence. So what happened like this? It was stolen from Meir. Now that's considered an inus. That's considered not your fault. But then the guy returned it. He had stealer's regret. Is something like that?
Yeah,
Stealer's remorse.
He did it pay.
Stealer's remorse. He returns it, and now Meir didn't realize the animal's back, and he didn't feed the rabbit its carrots, and it died. So before we're dealing with Cartier, which is 14 karat gold, and now we're dealing with rabbits, which also 14 carats. Now we have a suffix over here. We're not sure in Kalsa Shmirasai if his guardianship was cut off when the guy stole it, or was given back to him when the guy returned it. If Kalsa Shmirasai Niftar now becomes patur, becomes exempt, or he's back a shomer. It never ended. His shmira never ended. His guardianship never ends. Therefore, shomer patur milshalem. Therefore, the shomer, because we're unsure over here, this is too complicated. Meir's off the hook. You know what? Meir's a nice guy. Meir gave me a loan. He didn't have to give that loan. He is. And therefore, the Rambam says, we never want to put, when someone's doing loans, we never put a block in front of someone who does loans.
Not because of it, because otherwise nobody's.
We don't want to stop people from giving loans. We want to encourage people to give loans. And therefore, we always go on the lenders. We always protect the lender. We protect the lender. The benefit, right. And the Fichach Hashem Pater Misham. Therefore, the lender in this case, Meir, is Pater. He is exempt from paying. Even though we're saying that there might have been some negligence over there. Because he didn't feed the carrots. But
He didn't feed the
he brought it back to Meir's house.
Oh, that's why they're doing
And
They didn't realize.
the rabbit was still alive.
The rabbi was still alive, yeah.
That's why they're doing how you call it? Before the 7th year.
Principal. V'im tasu ba'balim emetzim yadam. And if the Bailam, the owner, catches it, I guess, in between, we don't take him. In other words, I guess if the guy, if someone steals it, the Ganav, Mr. Ganav, stole it, and he says, "Hey, that's my bike." So he now takes back his collateral. We don't say, "Oh, no, you got to get collateral back, whatever," It's already stolen from Mayor.
What you call it?
Was what? Firstborn cow.
Yeah.
I want to kill.
If you do a loan without a principal, they shouldn't take it away.
Yeah. That's why we do principal, so we protect the lenders.
No, but you don't.
And the borrower. We're protecting everybody.
Maybe it doesn't have to agree.
For Benson, you don't have to correct. That's correct. If communal funds, you don't have to consider academic. Communal funds. So last Shemitah, someone said, we don't know about it. It's on borrowed money. I don't know the money anymore because Shemitah.
Yes.
No. It's not like a Benson. Protected. All right, Maariv. Page 118. Vodachim have Shira Ma'alis. Yeah, after Ace and that's
Naya KMS. Rachel Kiblo, and Moshe Ben Israel, and the Shirabas and Parababa, and Rokola. Most of them been able to pay and lift him, Moshe Zelia, the Amr. And Mark, even though I had said, "Go look after the man of Rokola, tonight,
Amen. 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 Yashikaya. Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. Tomorrow morning, actually we have a baby naming here tomorrow morning. God willing. So, down here, 9 o'clock.